Hey, it's Joel, the 3D printing nerd. I have something cool in store for you today. I've picked up a 2006 Subaru WRX. I love the WRX. I've had a couple in the past, and I thought, well, you know, I 3D print things. I should 3D print something cool for it. So we're gonna 3D print a shift knob for my WRX. You ready? Go. The shift knob is cool. I found the model on Thingiverse and I talked to the designer and he said, yeah, make a video about it. That'd be great. So I'm gonna do that. And this is that video. Sweet. Let's see, we need to slice it first, and I used Simplify 3D for that. I used Simplify 3D's honeycomb pattern, honeycomb fast, and it worked really well. I did it at 50% infill, so hopefully this model is really strong. All right, we're gonna print it. You ready? Time lapse. That was a quick print, not too bad. Here's piece one. Here's piece two. These are good pieces. The infill, the honeycomb infill makes them nice and strong. They printed flat. Everything looks good. So now we got to go install these on my car. You ready? I'll go see you in the car. All right, welcome to my car. It's a 2006 Subaru WRX. It's got a decent amount of miles on it, runs fast, goes quick, good brakes, aftermarket crappy stereo, and soon we'll have a new shift knob. I put all the shift knob parts into this plastic baggie so I wouldn't lose them. Here's the top. There's the top right there. The bottom piece, I already put the bolt or the nut into it. I used some of these channel locks to kind of squish it down, and the plastic is holding it just right. And in the rest of the bag, there's some screws in there, some screws and some nuts, and that'll hold it together. All right, first we need to get this off. And I found it easy to unscrew it first and then take the boot away from it after it's unscrewed. All right, it's unscrewed. Now I just have to take this away from the bottom, and it's just rocking it back and forth until it pops off. And you will expose the shaft of the shifter. There it is. That's the easy part. All right, let's take this piece and verify it fits. Slides on good, and that is the right size nut. All right. Well, this is actually going pretty easy. I don't mind this. Now what we need to do is take this piece and attach it with the 6 screws and the 6 nuts. Hey, you know, while I'm doing this, I can tell you a little story. Back in the day, I owned a 2002 WRX, brand new. And after that, I traded that in for a brand new 2004 WRX. So I've liked the WRX cars, and I've liked Subarus for quite some time. After I had my 04, I ended up trading that in for a truck or another car or something like that. And at the time, I didn't think I needed a WRX again, but man, I miss this car. I love the WRX, I'm not gonna lie. So when it was time for me to get another car, I'm in the Seattle area, as you know, and I searched far and wide all the way down into the Portland, Oregon area. And in fact, I found a WRX in Vancouver, Washington. And this WRX here was for sale. I thought, you know, it's a good price. I should get down there as fast as I can to take a look at it. I talked to the owner on the phone and had a lengthy conversation with him. He's a good guy. Him and his wife have some kids. He's a realtor, just good head on his shoulders. He was starting to get some serious inquiries on the car, and I thought, well, I got to get down there sooner rather than later because I don't want to miss out on this car. I ended up buying an Amtrak ticket and left for Vancouver, Washington the very next day. In fact, I left work at lunch and I went to the Amtrak station. And then from the Amtrak station, I took the train and I slept on the train a bit. That was nice. I was a little tired, I'm not gonna lie. I made it down to Vancouver, Washington, and my friend Stephanie picked me up at the Amtrak station. She lives down there with her kid. Good people. She took me to the guy's place. I test drove the car. It test drove amazing. I thought this is the car for me. And sure enough, with a handshake, well, and a cashier's check that I handed over, the car was mine. Just like that. I traveled far with an Amtrak train. Oops. I traveled far with an Amtrak train. I'll get that screw in just a bit. Traveled far with an Amtrak train, and I got a car. After I got the car, I ended up buying Stephanie and her daughter dinner. We went to a place called Burgerville. It's good. Boy, I'm dropping these left and right. After Burgerville, I made the trip back home. It was a 3-hour drive. God, I suck at this. It was a 3-hour drive, and I made the trip just fine. The car performed extremely well. I was extremely happy with it. It drove beautifully. Got it home, and I made it home before midnight. That was my goal. So I got home. Everyone was still asleep, but they were excited to wake up in the morning and possibly see Daddy with a new car, which I did. It's a good story, right? Right? That's a good story. All right, I'm gonna put my head down and get this all attached together. So bear with me. All right, there we go. I got the last one installed. Let's install this onto here. Here we go. WRX right there. Let's see if this fits over it. Yeah, it's a nice fit. I might screw it down a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Oh, it's not going to tighten up. So what I can do now is I can remove this and reposition it so that it tightens up nice. And I'll do that later. For now, I'll put it like that, where it looks pretty. There we go. Let's see, does it work? Where's my clutch? There we go. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be super nice. Back into first. All right, so as you can see, we were able to 3D print a new shift knob for the shifter here in my 2006 WRX. It's blue. I like the blue. It attaches fine. The issue of tightening up will be resolved once I reposition the top piece. I thought about using a nylock nut in there. In fact, I had printed one before. I used a nylock, but as you can see, I had to kind of hollow it out a little bit, and the nylock didn't fit very well. So that's why I went with the standard nut. All right, if you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments down below. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video if you want to see more videos like this. And as always, high five.